While you are watching this, something is alive in the depths of our ocean that will never, ever die. Imagine a creature that does not just survive time, but mocks it, a biological miracle that has found the secret key to the universe's most locked door. We are taught from the moment we can think that everything has an end, that every heart must eventually stop, and every story must have a final page. But in the cold, dark pressure of the deep sea, there is an organism that has decided to stay on the first chapter forever. It does not age, it does not decay, and if left undisturbed, it could theoretically witness the very end of time itself. Today, we are not just talking about a scientific curiosity. We are talking about the ultimate disruption of the natural order, a discovery that challenges everything we believe about life, death, and our own place in the cosmos. The creature I am talking about is known to science as Turritopsis dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish. But calling it a jellyfish is like calling a supernova a spark. It is a tiny, translucent speck that carries within its cells the blueprint for eternal existence. When this creature faces trauma, starvation, or simply the weight of old age, it does not die. Instead, it undergoes a process called transdifferentiation. It transforms its mature cells back into their youngest, most primitive state. It literally turns back its own biological clock, reverting from an adult into a polyp and beginning its life cycle all over again. It is as if a butterfly could decide to turn back into a caterpillar, or an elderly human could simply collapse into an infant and start over with all their experience intact. This is not science fiction. This is a living reality that is happening right now in the shadows of our world. If this exploration of the impossible is touching something deep within your soul, please take a moment to subscribe to Global Mysteries HQ and hit the notification bell. We travel to the furthest edges of reality to bring you stories that change the way you see the world, and we would be honored to have you on this journey. Like this video to help us spread this message of wonder across the globe. Humanity has always been obsessed with the idea of the fountain of youth. We have spent thousands of years building monuments to escape our own mortality, writing epic poems about heroes who tried to cheat the reaper, and spending billions on creams and surgeries to hide the passage of time. We are a species defined by our fear of the end. But while we were building pyramids and searching for alchemy, this tiny organism was already living the dream we couldn't even define. It makes us ask a terrifying psychological question. If immortality is possible for a jellyfish, why was it denied to us? Is our death a biological necessity, or is it a glitch that we simply haven't learned how to fix yet? The scientific community is currently poring over the genome of this creature, trying to find the specific switch that triggers this cellular rebirth. They are looking for the fountain of youth in a strand of DNA, and the implications are enough to make your blood run cold. Imagine a future where we have successfully mapped this process onto human biology. A world where aging is a choice, and death is an accident, rather than an inevitability. On the surface, it sounds like a utopia, a victory over the greatest enemy we have ever known. But if you look deeper, the philosophical horror begins to set in. If we live forever, does life lose its meaning? Is the beauty of a sunset defined by the fact that it ends? If you have an infinite number of tomorrows, do you ever truly cherish today? The psychological impact of immortality would be a total collapse of human motivation. We do things because we are running out of time. We love, we create, and we fight because we know our days are numbered. Without the shadow of the end, the light of life might become blindingly dull. The evolution of this creature is a mystery that leaves biologists in a state of constant awe. Why did nature allow this one specific branch of life to escape the cycle of decay? Some theorists suggest that Turritopsis dohrnii is a biological backup drive for the planet, a creature designed to survive mass extinctions and carry the flame of life through the darkest periods of Earth's history. It has survived the rise and fall of dinosaurs, the shifting of continents, and the arrival of humans. It is an observer that never leaves the gallery. But there is a dark side to this eternal life. Because these jellyfish are technically immortal, They are spreading through the world's oceans at an alarming rate. They hitch rides in the ballast water of cargo ships, invading new ecosystems where they have no natural predators. They are a silent, translucent army that is slowly taking over the seas, a biological conqueror that cannot be killed by time. As we peel back the layers of this scientific mystery, tell us in the comments. If you were offered the chance to live forever, but you had to watch everyone you love pass away, would you take it? Is the price of immortality worth the weight of eternal loneliness? Your thoughts and debates are what make this community so special. So let your voice be heard below. There are other organisms that hint at this power. The Hydra, a tiny freshwater creature, also appears to be biologically immortal, showing no signs of aging or increased mortality rate over time. Certain species of pine trees have lived for 5,000 years, standing as silent witnesses to the entire history of human civilization. These are not just plants or animals, they are anchors in time. They remind us that our 70 or 80 years are nothing more than a heartbeat in the grand scale of the universe. When we look at the immortal jellyfish, we are looking into a mirror that shows us our greatest desire and our greatest fear. We see a creature that has achieved what we want, but in doing so, it has remained a simple, mindless organism. It has traded complexity for longevity. It has traded the ability to feel and think for the ability to exist. The existential dread that comes with this topic is profound. If we ever do unlock the secret of the immortal organism, we might find ourselves in a universe that is far more terrifying than the one we live in now. A universe where nothing ever ends is a universe where nothing is ever new. We are part of a cycle of rebirth and renewal. We are the atoms of stars that died so we could live. If we stop dying, we stop the flow of life itself. The immortal jellyfish is a beautiful, haunting reminder that nature has secrets we are not yet ready to understand. It is a tiny light in the darkness of the ocean, glowing with the fire of eternal life, watching us as we rush toward our inevitable end. In the final accounting, perhaps the jellyfish is not the lucky one. Perhaps our mortality is the greatest gift we were ever given, because it forces us to make every second count. It forces us to hold our loved ones a little tighter, to speak our truths a little louder, and to live with a passion that an immortal creature could never understand. We are the sparks that fly in the night, brief and brilliant, while the immortal jellyfish is the cold, unchanging stone. As you go to sleep tonight, think about the tiny, translucent miracle drifting in the dark, and remember that your life is precious precisely because it is fragile. We are the only part of the universe that knows it is dying, and that makes us the most alive thing in existence. The story of the immortal organism is not just about biology. It is a haunting, unforgettable lesson in what it truly means to be human.